Hey, how's it going, buddy? You can find it for you. I'm here with a deck profile for you guys. This is the first time in I don't know, I think about 2 years, I believe, since I have actually done a deck profile of an actual real-life deck. Partially because, I haven't been able to play the game in real life due to money and not really having a place to go and play. And I found a place where I can go. It's a nice place. And the meta is actually pretty diverse. A lot of random decks. I like that. I love that in locals. I love seeing random stuff. I feel like the meta stuff should be left to regionals and anything that's not a locals area. The locals meant to be fun and just dick around and just really test stuff. Really, anything higher than that, not so market, but anything higher than that, I would expect to see meta stuff. But this is my Battling Boxer, Burning Knuckler deck, whatever you want to call it. It's really fun. I like it a lot. The deck is still going through a couple of changes in terms of the main deck and definitely the extra deck. Whenever I get better cards for the extra, that will get updated. But Battling Boxers, Burning Knuckles, like I said, whatever you want to fucking call it, is pretty much a very nice budget. If you want to compete against the meta, Evil Swarms is still your best for a very low budget deck. But Battling Boxers, I feel, comes as a very close second in terms like that, because Concealers can be a little pricey at times. But because you tend to kind of want to run one or two bears in the deck. But Burn Knucklers will only get better from here on out because they got their Monster Born. They got Rabbit Punch, which I love. Friggin' Rabbit Punch, I think is an awesome card. I'll be putting that at 1 in the deck whenever that comes out. But anyway, let's get started with the deck. So first off, we have, of course, try to get a good angle on this. There you go. Triple Headgear. Headgear is pretty much the Foolish Burial Armageddon Nice like deal for the deck. Normal summons into a Battling Boxer monster from your deck to the graveyard. Typically, you'll go for the 1 or 3 Glass Jaws that you actually play in the deck, but there's other cards you can go for. Glass Jaw here is the 2000 Beast Stick. Allows me to ram over things like Thunder King Ryo, which can be quite annoying at times because he'll negate my special summonings. But his other effect is what makes him also pretty cool. When he's sent to the graveyard by card effect, you can add 1 Burning Knuckler monster from your graveyard to the hand except for himself. Now keep in mind, he has to be the last thing to happen. So pretty much with all Exceed monsters that activate their effects, literally activate, that are not continuous, he would not get the effect. So Utopia won't get the effect. I'm sorry, anything like that. Yugioh, Maestroke, he won't get the effects because they are continuous effects. It's just protect me, pretty much what it is. Another good card is Battling Boxer Spar. Spar here is pretty much helps speed up the deck a little bit. If you control a Battling Boxer monster, you can special this card from your hand. But if you do, you cannot connect your battle phase. Now, that right there makes him not a spectacularly good card. Because you kind of want to attack with this deck. That's kind of the goal of it. But he's pretty much in here is to allow you to go for first turn Yugioh, first turn Exceed. But there are some nice feelings about Spar that are really interesting. Is the fact that you can attack, and then you can special summon the main phase too. Because on the card text, it says, for the rest of this turn. So, it's a condition. It's not an effect. So, since it's a condition, you can still attack. That is the awesome part about Spar. It's pretty much the exact same thing as 1 day apiece. Dish out battle damage or burn damage, then after you're done, activate that 1 day, and then you're safe for your turn. It's kind of a stupid thing, same thing with Spar. It's really crazy. Next up, we have Triple Switch Hitter. He's the Blizzard of the deck. He's the MVP, the guy who gets shit going. Switch Hitter, just normal summon. Special 1 Battling Boxer monster from your graveyard to the field. Face up attack or defense position, doesn't really matter. And then if you do activate his effect, you can only special summon Battling Boxer monsters for the rest of this turn. So pretty much he's here to get instant Yugioh. But the main card you're going to go for is, of course, Glass Jaw, so you can start doing these little loops. And I'm sure many people know what that loop is, which is, detach Yugioh, get Switch Hitter, but, detach Switch Hitter first, then attach Glass Jaw, get Switch Hitter to hand, and then you get another Yugioh on your next turn. That's the premise of that. 2 Counter Punch. You can love him, you can hate him. I like Counter Punch at 2 at least, just because he's the clue of the deck, he's my honest. Even though he's level 3, which kind of makes him, compared to other cards, but he allows me to save the attachments on my Yugioh if he's about to be overcome. And it's a surprise factor from the hand. And plus, he's alive in the grave, so it gives you another target for headgear if you're running out of targets. Because typically, you're either going to go for a glass shot or a counter punch if you're going to be ditching with that awesome headgear. Two Kanekages, these will be taken out, probably for some other cards that I'll mention after I'm done with the monster lineup. But Kanekages here, just pretty much get easy action to see monsters, but drawing him is a pain in the ass most of the time. Then I'm running the one Photon Thrasher because it's an easy summon, 2100 attack, it will bait out Bottle Trap Balls, it will bait out all kinds of things. And since it's 2100 attack, it's just a good monster to kind of get a free summon off of, in a sense. So, speaking of the Kanekages, I want to talk about these before I move on with the deck. Like I said, I'm thinking of taking these out. I was running 3, but I took one out for a Thrasher. But some other choices I was thinking is a Tragodia, running double track, which I only have one right now. So, obviously, I just have to get a second one. But I think a double Tragodia because of the premise of things like headgear, to where, like, you summon headgear, you get the effect off, and he has 1,000 attack, so he can be not really ran over in a sense. But you might be taking some damage, so any type of damage, you can drop that track, get a nice big, beefy track on the field. Another thing is that what I've been seeing some people actually use, which is the Flameful Fire Dog. I've been seeing people use Flameful Fire Dog, and it's kind of got me interested. I haven't tried it out yet, but I might try it out at the next tournament. Take out the Kanekages and put in the Flameful Fire Dog. I might try it out this weekend and see how that works. Because I do like Flameful Fire Dog. It's a pretty good card, and it can summon. I believe it can summon 200 or less. Yeah, it can summon your Glass Jaw, which you get another 2,000 beast stick on the field, and then you can exceed into other things. So he opens up exceed plays. So these are two options I was thinking of for the deck as a whole. So spells, we have a Rhoda and a Warrior Eternal Alive. I feel like these are staples in the deck. Rhoda is self-explanatory. Then Warrior Eternal Alive is just here to recycle my switch hitters, recycle all kinds of different things. So, it's pretty much a free exceed in a sense. Then we have the basic staples, Reborn, Dark Hole, Heavy, Double Industry, you know, your basic staples of any deck. Then we have the 2 Forbidden Lance, protects my lead jokes from cards like Compulsive Deep Prison, because those things suck. Then we have Foolish Burial, more just getting Glass on Grave, just a nice card. Then we have a limited rank up magic limited Bonding Force. This is more of a fun tech than anything else. It's good if I really need to kind of push for game, and it's also good if I have a lead joke that I can't really do much with, and I can just get some extra damage in with Chaos 105 and stuff like that. So I do like the rank up magic in here. It's really fun. So we have the traps, which are the 2 Solemns, the Solemn Duel, you know, staple right there. Double Mirror Force, double Bottomless, double Trenchel. We have 1 Compulse. Pretty much like my basic trap lineup. We have 2 XYZ blocks. This is actually a pretty fantastic card. I can't remember who exactly told me about this first. Actually, I know who it is. I have to look up his name on the comments. And I know someone's gonna say, "Oh, it was me." Like, no, it wasn't you. Sorry, Oblivion. You didn't show it to me first. Somebody else did. But I was iffy from the first time the person said it, which I don't remember what his name was. But this thing works wonders. It's a really nice card. It's a counter trap card. It's pretty much War Chariots. And you pretty much detach material from a next monster you control. Whenever your opponent activates a monster effect, you negate it, and then if you do, destroy it. So it's a great way to get rid of monsters. It's great with lead joke, but it's also great with other exceeds that you may not be useful. One such card is the Lava Chain if you're able to run him. Really, for Lava Chain cards like that, you only really need to use the effect once. The second one is really just a bonus Christmas gift in a sense. Just a nice bonus for you with the effect, so you can attach the final material on chain to use XYZ block, and it's actually pretty cool. And then I'm running a solid road just because it's road, got heavy, got dark cold. We still see blacker dragons every once in a while, but mainly because heavy is a bitch, and I have to deal with when you have quite a few traps, and I want to be able to protect my lead joke even from dark hole. I can just get a free 2500 beast stick to the field, which is awesome. For the extra deck, we have a Starter Dragon, self-explanatory there. It's solid road, you know, why not? We have triple battling boxer lead jokes, pretty much what you always go into. It's just lead joke, lead joke, lead joke. That's all you do. It's like rinse and repeat. You can have the Emerald or Honda Evers, rinse and repeat. Lead joke, lead joke, lead joke. It's all you go for in the deck, but it's all you really need to go for. The rest of the extra deck is pretty much irrelevant. because of that fact, but you still want to have an extra deck just in case you may need to go into other things. So I have a number 105 because it's a good card. I don't go into him all that often, but he's a nice card to have just in case. And I like him a lot. Two number 39s just because I don't have any good XC monsters, but I will be taking one out for like a Lava Chain, Cowboy, Black Ship, and stuff like that. So don't worry, one of these will be taken out when I can. Blade Armor Ninja, I think that's pretty self-explanatory. I'm not really into Excalibur just because I don't really go into Blade Armor Ninja all that much to begin with, so Excalibur it's just not really going to do much. Let's do some Roach. This is a good card. There are a couple of synchro decks around the place I'm playing at now, so Roach is a good card for that. Djinn, I think self-explanatory. Poppy, Pearl, Shockmaster, and then my two Kansas Seats, Triple AV, and then Chaos 105. Now, before I go end things off, I want to go and talk about these two cards and why I'm running them. These two cards are freakishly amazing. Ray V, considering you don't really need a lot to get them out. You know, Volcasaur's on crack. What he is, because I think he can destroy any monster. Yeah, target one monster. It's fucking BLS and Volcasaurus combined in one. In one amazing package. This thing is fucking stupid. It really is. And they can still attack directly. Then we have number 105, Chaos 105, who has pretty much a watered down Flame Wingman effect, which is freaking awesome. And he also has a Volcasaurus, which I believe he can target any monster as well. Yeah, one monster, and they... Yep, so he has a watered down Flame Wingman effect, as well as a Volcasaurus effect, / BLS. It's fucking crazy. These two guys are really good. Now, I rarely have number 105 attached under him. It's usually going to be my Yugioh attached under him. Some people may think that's kind of stupid, but if you have game, if you go in for game, just get that little extra damage in. I've beaten a couple of decks. Like I beat Madolches because of this card. They would have dished out that final amount of damage with Chaos 105. So yeah, but Utopia AV, both these cards are fantastic, and you can really pick them up for a really cheap price online. I ain't lying. As for my side, I'm still working on the side deck. I don't even want to show that right now because I haven't really tested the side deck against anybody there since I went over there. I didn't have a side deck because I didn't really know what to expect. But anyway, this was my Battlin Boxer deck, my Burning Knucklers. They're a lot of fun. I like them a lot. Like I said, they are a very good budget deck. The only really big expensive stuff you really have to worry about is in the extra deck with cards like Lava Chain, Cowboy, Black Ship, Corn, and Morel. But other than that, the main deck can be very, very cheap since you can pretty much, let's see, get like all these guys, like you can basically get all these monsters right here. Like how many monsters is this? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 14. 14 monsters here. Each of them are 25 cents each. Yeah, you're gonna get these 14 monsters for a couple of bucks. You know, and that's, you know, not including the lead jokes, which is about 45 cents. And this is about like a couple of bucks here alone. But you get what I mean, and then you got your basic staples like MSTs, heavy, and stuff like that you can get really cheap. But the deck as a whole is a very, very cheap deck. And you really pick it up for a really good price, pretty much. And I recommend playing it for anybody. It's a really good beginner. In my opinion, it's a really good beginner deck. Because the deck is very linear, that's why it's good for beginners. It's a good beginner deck because of the linearity of it always going to lead you pretty much. But you still have to strategize, you still have to think out plays, but like I said, it's very good for beginners and just overall fun. So anyway, give me your thoughts on this deck in the comment section below. And what y'all guys think about one of two techs, or maybe I might tech in both in my Battlin Boxer deck, because I really want to try out Track, but I also want to try out Fire Dog. So I'm thinking I'm doing is I don't have a second Track. I'll replace the Concave with 2 Fire Dogs and see how that works out in the long run. So again, give me thoughts on this deck in the comment section below, and I hope you guys enjoyed this deck profile. And I'll be doing more IRL stuff at the looks. I got a couple of decks over there of the people over there that I want a deck profile because they got some pretty interesting stuff over there. So anyway, comment, rate, subscribe, and bye.